Hi, we are Sally and Tony, a couple of middle-aged Aussies who have decided to combine our passions with our work on our 2004 Oyster 56 called Osprey. We intend to sail as many oceans for as long as we're able and to create a network of friends and crew to join us on board as we sail the world in search of adventure.
That our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
In this video we fly around the world to find the right boat before packing up our lives in Australia and moving on board. Hi, I'm Sally from Osprey Sailing Adventures, and together with my partner Tony we have almost purchased an Oyster 56 called Osprey. And when I say almost, it's a little bit of a story to that. We decided about a year ago that we wanted to go on this round the world journey and to follow our dreams. I've actually done it before, but for Tony, whilst he is a sailor, this is a new journey for him. So we've been thinking about it for a few years, and a few things came along, family issues, and we lost a good friend and things like that. So we thought, you know what, if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it, or it might be too late. So we went on a big trip. Around about August, we had to go to a wedding in the UK, see part of our family. So we went on a around the world trip to look at boats. We highlighted a few that we wanted to look at, and we went off on this journey. So it was wonderful, absolutely amazing. We went to Annapolis, we went to Spain, we went to London, we went to the Caribbean. We went everywhere, and we looked at a lot of oysters, but we also looked at other boats as well. We were pretty keen on the Oyster 56 from day one, but we did look at a lot of different boats. So as we were leaving the UK, we'd found we liked everything about all the boats that we saw, and every single one of them could have filled our role quite happily. Every one of them had things that we weren't quite right about with regards either to the rig or to the condition, or to perhaps how long it had been, how long it had been hanging around before it had been used. So we were still not fixed on a particular boat. Then one day we got a phone call from the broker in England to tell us that they had a boat coming through that was literally arriving the day we were leaving. So we jumped on board. The boat hadn't been cleaned. It was pouring with rain. All the reasons not to go and see a boat. But as soon as we jumped on board, we knew this was the one. She was perfect. The maintenance on her, we'll go into that in later videos as to why she was so brilliant, but we just fell in love with her instantly. So we flew straight back to us. Well, we actually went to the Caribbean for a few more days, but we came back to Australia, did the deal, and the deal involved, it was quite interesting because coming into the English winter, and it's summer here in Australia, we didn't really want to jump straight back on a plane and spend the winter in England. So we delayed the sail to the spring, which gave us time to sort things out over here, and also to just offset some potentials that could go wrong, leaving an unknown boat. We couldn't actually sea trial her because she'd already been pulled out the water and had been winterized. So we couldn't start the engines, couldn't test the sails and things like that. So we said, yep, great, we want to buy the boat, but we want to buy it in March. So that was a little bit of negotiating, but hey, if you don't ask, you don't get. And they agreed. So whilst we technically don't own the boat at this stage, we've paid a significant deposit, so it's secured the boat, and we've done half of the survey. So I flew over in November, and we went through a 2-day survey with the surveyor, and she came out with flying colours. There really was nothing wrong. I think we found a pump that wasn't quite working, but in fact that actually has been fixed, and we hadn't operated it properly. So there was really very little to do on the boat. So she had her cover put on her, and now she's sitting out of the water in Lymington waiting for us to come back and start the process again. So we're now 5 weeks away. I've been trying to sell my business. We've got a boat to sell, and all those things are teetering contracts have been sent out, conversations had, and we're 5 weeks away. And it's been stressful. It's been really stressful. I didn't think we'd be one of those people because we know what we're doing. We've done this before. We've owned boats before. This is my third yacht. I used to run a yacht charter company with 27 yachts in it. I know boats, and the boat side has been easy, but the other side, the packing up of your life and the emotions that go with that. We've got 2 dogs. We don't want to take the 2 dogs with us. They're older dogs. One's a Weimaraner, he's big, and then we've got this gorgeous little Parson Russell who is 13, and whilst they love coming out on the boat with us, we don't know how they're going to go on a plane to the other side of the world and cold temperatures, and I just think it's going to be difficult. So we're having a house sitter in our house here to look after the dogs. We've met a beautiful couple, and they're as excited to come and stay here as we are excited to have them. So, that's going to be fantastic. And yeah, so it's just a lot of packing and a lot of organising. Let me show you some of the packing that we've done so far, and talk about where we're up to. Okay, so we're outside now. This is our trailer full of boxes of our jollies that we are taking over to the UK. Half packed, because I had it packed, ready to go to the shipper, and then we had to unpack it because we had to take the lithium batteries out. So now we're going to fly with lithium batteries. We've also got to go down to the, before we go and pack the pallet, we've also got to go and pick up an air buddy. So we decided we wanted to have an air buddy. Oh look, there's a chopping board just falling out. Tuck that in. So we've got about 16 boxes to go. The lawnmower's not going. That's just sitting there out of the sun, ready to make sure that it's all good for the house sitters. So here we are, 24 hours, less than 24 hours before we leave the house with the house sitters. And this morning Tony decides he's going to fit a drain to stop the front of the shed flooding when it rains. He's had this drain for about 2.5 years, and he's been meaning to fit it since the day we moved in 3.5 years ago. So this morning was the day, and he's hit a water pipe. So, for those that know Tony, this is what he does. When we're about to leave, he takes on a fairly major task and leaves us with a few extra pressures we didn't need. So right now I'm trying to get the bedding washed and clean up the house, and he's about to turn the water off. So, one house we had, he tiled the front step just as we were going to the first open sale house, and the real estate turned up and the grouting was wet. The second house we sold, he built a shed after it had been sold. So there he was at midnight building the shed the night before it sold. So it's our final day here in our house in Australia, in Newcastle. And there's Tony. He's got his best Aussie boots on. That's about it. We haven't actually made a lot of progress with the leaking pipe. As you can see, there's water going out. That noise is the sprayer watering the garden. So it might appear that this problem is bigger than we planned. So under there is the leaking pipe. You can see it coming up, and it's attached to the big pipe. And I can't actually put Tony in this video because he is only wearing a pair of boots, and that wouldn't be good for anybody. can as well, is you can't actually see anything behind him. When you've got the wing mirrors, it's not really very good. Has he seen that car that's parked there? Ollie's seen it. I would have gone straight out into the middle rather than turning there. Alright, so here we are on Osprey, second day. Yesterday we did the dinghy, put it in the water and got the engine running, which was great. So now she's sitting on the back of the boat. Today we've been putting on the sails. So we had the riggers out doing the stack pack and getting the main and the 2 head sails back on, which is quite interesting. It is foul, the weather here at the moment. It's cold, it's wet, it's dreary. We're down below. Just waiting for the owner to come back so we can run through a few other bits and pieces. And yeah, we're having fun, even though it's wet.
Nice day.
It's my boat, darling. It's a
Fire
great
boat.
day for it.
Hopefully it's still down there. I've put it back on again.
Maybe. Oh, there's still a lot of boats for sale.
Yeah.
So we arrive at the berthing office all excited, ready to sign the deals. All the money had been paid. We had one little repair that needed to be doing. When we were doing the rig check and putting the sails on, we noticed that the tricular at the top of the mast wasn't working. So unfortunately for the old owner, they had to purchase a new one, and it meant the rigger had to come back and put it up. So that was just the job that had to be done on the day. Anyway, we get into the office only to discover that there's been a delay in some paperwork and the final payment didn't get through. And it was a very small amount of money, so we were absolutely devastated. And yes, there were tears, floods of tears, mainly from me, but I'm sure Tony shed a tear too. So the weather forecast was horrendous, 60 knots of breeze, and it just was felt with the insurance and everything else, it was too big a risk. So we went down and we put extra ropes on the boat. The previous owner had gone home, so we were able to play around on the deck. And then we went, of course we didn't have anywhere to stay. So we had to look for a hotel. And Easter weekend, trying to find somewhere to stay that's worthwhile at last minute. But we managed to find this cute little hotel, and we went back and we drowned our sorrows. And when we looked out of the window, there was Osprey. Do you think we'll get through there?
I'm not sure.
No, me neither.
Looks a bit deep.
You wouldn't do this back home in this car, would you?
Literally, don't go that fast.
I'm not. Oh,
Because
dear.
this is a low down car.
I know. I'm just going to wait till they've gone and let the waves settle a bit. We wouldn't do this back home, that's for sure. I bet there's a bit of
You
hole.
see where he's just gone? It's much shallower there, right?
I think there's a few potholes in there as well.
Stick to the middle there, look, that's pretty deep.
Dear, oh dear.
Yeah, I do not want us
Oh, it's getting
to
deep
kill
in the
this
middle
engine. I know that, so it's too deep for us, really. Not good.
there. And then there's a river. Blimey. I think I might come just a little bit more to the
So I
right.
said to you, it was high water and river flooding.
Oh, that was a bit of a bump.
Yeah.
Back over here because that's deep. Oh, that's deep.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that's
go
deep. Is it
slower
coming?
then.
I am going slow. Is it coming in the car?
Of course not.
See, all that training up in Cape York came into fruition there, dear.
Well, you
River
haven't done it
crossings.
yet, Sonny, so
I did one.
you've got a bigger one to do yet.
Alright, well, I'll just let him get out of it.
So just stay in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not too bad in the middle.
Ooh, didn't got my boots on either.
Right.
Yay, we made
So,
it. Oh my lord. As it turned out, the weather was so bad the weekend, we were actually quite pleased to have had that stay in the hotel. So all in all, it wasn't a bad decision. Once on board, we were then happily playing with the Oyster cutlery and fine bone china that is still on board the boat even after 20 years. All monogrammed and all beautiful, plus the crystal in the cupboard as well. What have you got there?
Undercrackers.
Undercrackers. What colour? Oh, lovely ones. Ted Baker ones.
Just like the old ones, right?
Just like the old ones.
That colour, that's my work ones.
They're your work ones. Radio. What are those ones?
They're my best going out. That's me. Pulling.
You're pulling pads. Oh, you're pulling. Tony's in the doghouse today. How are we going down there, darling? Are you making your home out okay? Getting it all right? Do you think you'll get your mattress in there?
It was a bit lumpy last night.
Was it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, get rid of that. That'll help.
A bit damp down there. That was nice.
Was that sticking in your back? Oh my word. Gosh, that's good. We are trying to put the bimini up, but it is blowing a hoolie. I've got all the washing out, trying to dry. All the covers. We've washed all the covers off the boat, off the Alcantara, and we're trying to put the bimini up. There's the first piece in, and all the rest of it is in there somewhere. It's all in there. There's probably too much wind noise. You probably can't hear me. It's a huge lazaret. Just full of stuff.
Fluffy microphone on.
Yeah, I need my fluffy, my dead cat, or whatever it is.
Flag raising, sir.
Flag raising. Doo doo doo. Gonna sing the national anthem. Hey, she's up. Hi, I'm Sally from Sailing Osprey Adventures. That's correct, I've got the name right. That's good. Taken me a few goes to get there.
Knee pads.
For some time. Every video I've done, you've either burped or farted or sneezed or something. So I'm really excited that we've got to this part of the video, because that means you watched it all the way through. This is our first video. There's lots of technical errors in there, I'm sure, so please be kind. I hope you did enjoy it. I can assure you that they will get better. We've got lots of great footage coming up. As you can see, I'm wearing a t-shirt. We are currently up to date. We are in Portugal, and we're about 5 months into our journey, so a bit of catching up to do. It took a lot longer to get this video out than planned. I must have redone it about 5 times. I've sought advice from other YouTubers, and ultimately I just had to sit down and get it done. So it could be better, and I hope that the next ones will be. We have got some great footage coming up. We've been through Scotland, Ireland, Wales, Spain. We've had lots of excitement along the way. If you want to keep up to date with where we are, you can follow us on Facebook on our Osprey Sailing Adventures page. That is up to date, and I put posts up there every couple of days. But otherwise, hit like, subscribe, share this with your friends. The more followers we have, the more we get likes on YouTube and all those things. It's free to subscribe. Just hit like, and then if you click that bell, you'll get updated when we do a next one. So I promise it won't take me 5 months to get the next one up, now that I've sorted all the technical side out. The boat's going well, everything's great. We would like it to be a little warmer, a little less foggy, a few less gales. But yeah, we're having a great time. So I hope you enjoy the video, and see you on the next one.
Hold take you there.